Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here with episode 14 of Sevtech Ages. And I've been out in between episodes doing a bit of exploring as we get ready to make our Necronomicon, because the next two advancements, the Necronomicon, let us know that we need to craft it to guide us through Abyssal Craft, and that we're going to need to find a Shoggoth lair in a swamp or river biome to get our monolith, or kill Shoggoths to get their flesh and use that to craft our statues. And while I was out exploring, I did manage to find what seems like it'll be a nice big swamp. I'm hoping that they will be spawning at night here. I've gotten a tip that they may well do so. Also, just a word of warning, if you get here and haven't done Age 1 yet, make sure that you're a little bit careful about how much exploring you do until 3.0.5 is available to you, because apparently Shoggoth's lairs despawn once the chunk unloads, and so do all of the Shoggoths involved, or at least the Shoggoths themselves permanently despawn once you're out of range. And the reason I wanted to pop in and record right now is because while I was exploring, I found this great big cavernous crater carved out of the side of the world with a bit of corallium ore from Abyssal Craft showing. We only got the one corallium gem, but we're going to need a number of these to be able to start making infused stone, and it's going to be useful for a lot of what we're doing with the Necronomicon. For example, we want to get like an energy upgraded energy pedestal. Anyway, this is going to be a very important resource for us, and if it's showing up this high up, that means we should be able to use our Dowsing Rod to find more if we check. Yep. Plenty of corallium ore is through there. So we're just going to start digging and get our hands on some more of this. I'm going to spend a bit of time digging around, finding corallium, and making sure that I've got a nice stock of this stuff. Now, the problem with the Dowsing Rod is it does search quite deep, quite a ways with one click, up to 48 blocks away. So it's hard to tell exactly how far you've got to go before you find whatever it was that you dowsed for. Oh man, inventory's a mess yet again. What a surprise, right? It's okay, we can throw some things on the ground. Didn't bring my mining pack for this because I wasn't expecting to need it. Anyway, once I've dug up a bit of corallium so that I'm ready to go for when we get to that stage, which is really like getting us ahead of the game, then I'll be back to the hunt for some Shoggoths, and when I find them, I'll be back to share that. One quick mining technique tip before I'm done here, as I've gotten myself a stack and a third of corallium gems, and that'll be good for now until I know that I need more. You can basically use the Dowsing Rod to, in a similar manner that you would branch mining, to go really fast with your branch mining. Basically, dig your one wide tunnel however far you want, and then you can just scan the sides, and it's going to scan up to 48 away. I don't think we can make a better Dowsing Rod yet. Nope, this is the best one we get. That's okay. And you'll know that there's nothing of interest on that block up to 48 away. And it takes a little bit of time to go through the tunnel and scan the walls, but when you know that you're on the right Y level for those to spawn, because you've been digging some up already, it can be a great way to find more. And that's part of how I've been getting it done. It's maybe taken me 20 minutes total. Yeah. Maybe. Huh. Fortunately, I don't have a positive result to share to show you just how well it works. But we're also, from the looks of the atlas, getting to the edge or outside of the swamp biome, so that's not a giant surprise. Let me try moving back here a bit. Scan. 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 Yeah. Oh, there you go. Corallium ore 1. And you can almost guarantee, there you go, that those 3 are in the same vein. So if I just start digging this way, I'll find that corallium ore sometime in the next 48 blocks, which is 3 chunks. It's not that... Well, hello, Quark underground, grassy area. That's, potentially terrifying. Huh. Huh. That zombie really wants me dead, but... I'm gonna go with that Corallium isn't worth it, and walk away. We'll come back to get... Oh dear. What was that noise? Oh, it's nighttime in a swamp, which means lots of abyssal zombies. That's okay. The abyssal zombies are a source of a necessary ingredient for the Necronomicon. As you can see on the ground right there, the Corallium-plagued flesh. And you can always set up, for example, a pig totem in a swamp or a Corallium swamp, the big pink-looking swamp biome, and do a bunch of fighting at night to get your Corallium gems that way, as the abyssal zombies can drop those. I just got a couple as I'm up to 29 from the 26 I was at. Whew. Alright, back to the hunt for Shoggoths. Hey, I was exploring the swamp. I ran into something that looks like it could be important. We're gonna creep up on it slowly, check it out, and make sure we keep it marked on our atlas in case we need to come back to it. Just a little concerned that there might be threats that pop out of it, like that. Dark Druid with 50 hit points. Ow. And he'd be hitting kind of hard. What? What? Magic. Bad Druid. Between lands stuff, huh? Oh dear, there's a whole bunch of them. Alright, so, that's problematic. Alright. So we should mark this as like a Between Lands Druidic circle or something. You're dead. You're gonna drop me on the ground. That's okay. I heal pretty fast. They didn't drop anything for me. That's a little sad. Well, apparently, this is going to have something to do with the Between Lands later on. So we're going to go ahead and mark that spot on our map. Right there, more or less. Yeah, we'll use the dungeon-looking one. And we want Between Lands Druid Circle. There we go. We'll give that a mark and come back to it later when we know what to do about it, as I am avoiding researching things in advance and following the advancements as they pop up, and trying to make use of things as the pack presents them to me, because I find that to be a fun way to go through things. Though I do like to also try to explore the edges at least somewhat. And the Between Lands are open to us in Age 1, I believe, but I'm also pretty certain that we're going to be given a quest to go handle that, so it'll be nice just to have that marked for now. Back to the search. There, we refound it, and we got lucky that the Shoggoths are still here. As you can see, there's plenty of them down there, and we've got some Shoggoth ooze up top. If you want to get rid of this stuff, I think you have to dig it with a well, you can dig it faster with a shovel. You can punch it away with your hands. And I think that I've heard this stuff can spawn lesser Shoggoths on its own. So you want to be careful. Now, these guys are large and powerful. So we want to make sure that we don't aggro all of them all at once. And that we have something in place to try to protect ourselves. I'm going to build a bit of a wall and leave a one wide area for hopefully better ease of killing them. Hey, skeleton. Yeah, look at them all in there. I'm very, very nervous about this. I would prefer not to do this at nighttime when other mobs are spawning as well. So let's move a little ways away, and let's actually change this into spawn point mode, so that if we do die, we'll be right here. sure that we've got them closed off for maximum safety. Now, I'd prefer if I had some sort of ranged weaponry, but I still haven't found a parrot in all of my wanderings, so I can't do the Baycock ritual just yet. And I'd also really rather have pants right about now. You know what? That's actually a solvable problem. Man, they're all just clustered back there, those lesser Shoggoths. But we can solve the pants issue real quick using materials that we have at hand. Because I brought my bronze with me. We'll just make a regular furnace, and we'll smelt down some smooth stone in it. We'll use sticks to do so. Use that to make an anvil. And pound out some pants for ourselves. We'll give this a moment. To make brown pants, or brown's pants. To make brown pants, you just need to wander into that Shoggoth layer without knowing what you're doing. To make bronze pants, you're going to need to pound 7 ingots into bronze plates, and then you put them into the pants pattern. And you get your 5 armor bronze leggings, which are significantly better than the wolf leggings that we had access to, which are only 2 armor and 0.45 armor toughness. Now, when we're as low on armor as we currently are, the armor rating is far more valuable than the armor toughness, meaning that making the bronze chest, the bronze helmet, and the bronze boots would all be an upgrade. But we're only going to get 1 more armor out of the chest, boots, and helmet than we currently get with the wolf stuff. So it's not a huge deal if you don't make the full set immediately. Alright, I wish I had something handy that was high saturation. I don't, but I do have lots of carrots. We'll use those for our battle healing. And, where'd my axe go? Here you are. Alright. Now that we are fully armed and armored, we're going to get close enough to aggro one of them and then run away. Maybe. Here's another option. Rather than face pulling, use our trowel, dig up a bit of mud. They're not even noticing me tossing mud balls at them. Are they broken? Are they dormant? I'm really nervous here. What the heck is going on? Anti-pig found a pig. At the world's most terrifying time. They don't... What the heck? That's so strange. I have no idea what's happening here. This might be the sort of thing that I actually cheat my way past. Which isn't usually my approach, but I found them. I can't interact with them. They are just inactive. Okay. Well, I'm gonna check into this and see what I can figure out. Okay, so the word that I'm hearing from stream chat is that these are actually the points that the lesser Shoggoth spawn in on, and we would have some if it weren't for the fact that they're like overloaded in the area or something like that. And basically this is why Darkosto in 3.0.5 has added numerous other options for your Shoggoth meat and that stage of the game. So, word is that if I relog that these guys are just gonna disappear on me, they're not actually really there, and there's nothing that can be done about it. It's very disappointing. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take a bit of a break, and I'm gonna get the server and the pack updated to 3.0.5. We're gonna gather a bunch of this monolith stone to take back with us, and we're going to investigate some of the alternatives that have been added in the most recent update. Alright, successfully updated to version 3.0.6 of Sevtech Ages, which just released today, as we're recording this on the 7th of April. And we are going to make ourselves the item that is newly available for Age 1. Done so primarily so that we can bypass our issues with Shoggoths. The market from farming for blockheads uses 5 logs, 2 planks. Ooh, I don't want to use red cedar planks for that. I want to use boring planks for that. Here, dark oak wood planks instead. That's better. And 1 red dye powder. And we're going to go ahead and stick it over here next to our general farm stuff. Boof. I love the way the weathered salesperson spawns in. Ah, it's fantastic. The market block and the weathered salesperson are basically one and the same. And what you can do is you can trade things here for various seeds and saplings. Though they're going to want gold, apparently, for any of the seeds and saplings. That's going to be a bit of an issue. However, for the Shoggoth flesh, you can get it with 24 monolith stone each. Oof. Alright, we're going to need to go mine out the rest of that monolith stone. The Shoggoth flesh is going to be extremely important for basically everything that we want to do in Abyssal Craft, so we're going to need to get our hands on a whole bunch of it before we can do anything else. We need, I guess, at least 8 to get started, which is going to take us 184 Shoggoth flesh. 184 of the monolith stone. Ugh, that's just it's going to be very frustrating to do. So let's check one other thing. I've heard that we have the possibility of being able to grab it from a market villager. So we're going to grab some sticks and make ourselves a... Actually, I've already got sticks, don't I? We're going to make ourselves a fence post to take with us. Dark oak fence. Just so that we'll be able to tie our horse to it when we stop. Oh, and it's nighttime, so let me make it morning before we go over to the village and check out the farmer, because there's supposed to be villager trades available to us now for the Shoggoth flesh, though I don't know if that requires a new villager to spawn to be able to make use of it. So I'll meet you over there and, well, I'll either meet you over there to show you it? Huh. Interesting. It's actually showing his Darklands biome now. Don't think it was doing that before. Well, after taking a look at the amount of monolith stone that it was going to want from me to be able to go out, get the Shoggoth flesh that I needed, I decided to go hunting for a villager to see if I could find the Shoggoth flesh villager trade, and instead I find myself a village being beset by lesser Shoggoths from a Shoggoth lair. So we're going to handle these the way we do any nasty mob, by coming from underwater, because monsters are too dumb in Minecraft to go down to be able to attack you. They will stay on the surface and slowly get killed. And you just need to back off and restore your air every now and then. Now you're going to be able to do this with basically the entire layer's worth of Shoggoths, but it's going to take you a bit, and you might run out of stone axe doing so. However, with 3.06, you should get at least 3 Shoggoth flesh per Shoggoth, which is like a stack and change worth of the monolith stone. So it's very much worth finding one that's actively spawning Shoggoths rather than trying to do the farming for blockheads option. Oops. I wasn't paying attention. And some Shoggoths ate my horse. That's okay. I can tame another horse on the way home. Ow. They do hit hard, so try to be a little bit careful. And they do have a rather large attack radius, so I'm actually not 100% safe right now. And at 100 hit points each, your stone axe is still going to take a lot of whacks to take one down. Ooh. One of them got behind me. And hopefully, once we've taken care of the lot that are up here, we'll be able to get 6 of them together underneath to have a statue spawn. Not that that gets mentioned here, but I've been, yep, after 6 or more spawn, they will erect a monolith. That's what I was looking for. Did I bring any cobblestone with me? Of course not. That'd make life too easy. Alright, looks like we're going to work with our work blade. But if you've got decent armor and you've kept your nutrition up, they do hit kind of hard, but it's really not that much of a worry. Mostly they're just big and beefy and tanky. And unfortunately, any more that spawn are likely to aggro on villagers and stuff nearby. But even if we don't have any more spawns to be able to make use of, with 28 Shoggoth flesh, we're going to be in pretty good shape for anything else that needs happening. And I've heard that the Shoggothus can spawn more Shoggoths, and that can lead to a horrible, horrible cycle of infinite Shoggoths. So we're going to remove some, but not all of it. Take a look down there. You can see that there are definitely Shoggoths down there. Here. Sorry, villager, but your house is more useful to me as cobblestone right now than a house. But once you have even just 8 Shoggoth flesh, you'll be able to make your choice of statue. Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, Hastur, Shub-Niggurath, Yog-Sothoth, Jazar, and Azathoth. One of them. Pronunciations vary based on just how much demonic you know. Now, supposedly, there is like, yep, there it is. There's a pool of biomass down there, and that's what they spawn from. And also, supposedly, they can climb like spiders, so you definitely do want to roof in if you're going to attempt this wall them in there and attack from above method. Can't tell if they've actually made the monolith down here or not. Yike. Hello there, guy. Excuse me. However, they are also too wide, which means that you can trap them and kill them, like so. I do recommend bouncing for crits if you can manage it. Apparently it's not going to cooperate, and if you're standing too close, they will be able to hit you. come on. It's blocked off by the rock. Ow. We had better eat something, huh? But as you can see, down in the Shoggoth spawn pit, there's a bunch of biomass, and that determines how many of them can spawn. Alright. So I think I'm just going to finish collecting my Shoggoth flesh from these guys. And if I can manage to get a monolith to spawn, I'll show you. Otherwise, we're going to head home and make our own. So it looks like the inside of this Shoggoth pit is kind of broken thanks to cave generation. And we've managed to get enough of them to herd together to make a Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep? Ugh. I don't know. My tongue does not move in those manners. To get ourselves a statue made. And it looks like we'll be able to collect it even without the Shoggoths being able to cause us any trouble. Check that out. That saves us a little bit of effort and 8 Shoggoth flesh. Hey guys, could you make another one for me? I'm right here. Come on, we've got you all nice and gathered up. I guess not. I'm a little paranoid about walking away and causing, like, this whole thing to despawn, so... Oh, I'm taking boot damage because there's Shoggoth slime right there. And they're hard to get a crit on. So their hitbox is, like, right behind their heads. It's weird. So we're going to try killing some of them. Collecting a little bit more flesh. And then we're going to bail out and head home. Actually, short of, like, killing all of them, I don't think there's any way for me to get down there and collect the flesh. And with the amount of Shoggoth slime that's down there, that might be just infinitely spawning anyway. So, maybe I mark this on the atlas and come back if we decide that we need more Shoggoth flesh and monolith stone. But for now, I'm up to most of a stack of Shoggoth flesh. We're probably fine for right now. We're a long way from home. Put a marker right there for Shoggoth lair. Call that good. It's going to be a long walk without a horse to take me quickly. Alright, I'll meet you back at base. Alright, we are short on time as the Shoggoth bits took much longer than expected, but we are ready at least to progress some. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the Abyssal Craft mod. What I do know something about is the Cthulhu mythos that the Abyssal Craft mod is drawing a lot of its inspiration from. And what I know about that says that setting up a shrine to Nyarlathotep and creating a Necronomicon where I live is a terrible idea. So what I'm planning to do in between episodes is building a bridge from the end of my dock over to those dark lands. And we're going to do all of our Abyssal Craft stuff in the area that's already all Abyssal Craft tainted. Just in case. I'm not certain that there's going to be negative environmental effects, but I'm pretty certain there's going to be negative environmental effects. To get the first Necronomicon, we're going to need to get ourselves some plant cloth, and honestly, there's basically all kinds of things that you can use for this. You've got tons of plant twine, so just use that. And I think we'll be okay to craft the Necronomicon here. Oh, hang on. It's not Corellium-plagued flesh on bone. We need Corellium-plagued flesh. But maybe I'm wrong. Here, let's find out if this hurts us. Nope. Nope. That didn't hurt us. Goal reached, Abyssal Craft. Goal reached, Abyssal Trophy Case. Fantastic. And now we've got our index of forbidden knowledge, ritual spells, what the book is, how to obtain information, and etc., etc. And we unlock the next steps along the way. The Beneath. Use an Abyssal Craft ritual to create the Beneath teleporter. Remember to have PE in your Necronomicon before starting a ritual. Place the Beneath teleporter and enter the dimension. Also, pedestaling for time. Charge your Necronomicon. You can either stand in range of statues holding the book, or craft a pedestal to place the book on. Make sure the statues are 3 blocks from the pedestal and at the same height. And we can use the Necronomicon rituals to summon a parrot, and that'll let us finally kill the Baycock for the spooky boss battles. Oh, hey, check that out. This is getting strenuous. That didn't exist before. I am happy to see that the water strainer advancements have been added to age 0. That's pretty cool. Oh, and I lost my follow my channel, please advancement. Oh well, that's fine. I'm going to do some reading of this Necronomicon in between episodes and try to build myself a bridge that doesn't look like complete junk between now and next episode. You know what? Forget the bridge. We've got rafts. We'll build ourselves a little dock on the other side because that's going to be just nicer. I'm going to clear out some trees and we'll have a little shrine to Nyarlathotep and the Elder Gods on the Darklands. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, leave me a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. If you have not, leave me a thumbs down, tell me what you'd like to see me do better. Either way, if you want to see more of this series, please click subscribe, and if you want to get notified of any of my videos when I put them out, click that bell next to the subscription button. See you next time.